Hey guys, I'm Carson Cole. This is my personal channel, Brass Fiesta. This feels super, super cringe. I actually came out here yesterday and tried to do this, but it's too awkward for me to film myself. So I have my beautiful wife holding the camera, cool hands Luke. So the reason I'm doing this channel is because there's so much stuff about this truck on the Banger Overland or Banger Outdoors page that I just want to stop showcasing so much of my truck on the Banger page and keep that more for like the community and customers, marketing, and then just kind of talk about the evolving projects of my truck on the Brass Fiesta page. So I think I'm only talking to both of my subscribers right now. So I do appreciate it. So that being said, so this is my 2022 F-150 Rocky Ridge short bed. And pretty soon I'll do a full walkthrough because I have done quite a bit to the truck. And I've got it almost to where I want it for my prepper and denial loadout, for hunting, for general contracting, camping trips, fishing trips, anything. So I'm almost to where I'll be done doing stuff to this truck. But the reason we're doing this video today is because my last project was our onboard shower system. So I've tried before where we run a water tank on top of the rooftop tent, but the struts on top, or the struts on the tent, aren't strong enough to lift the extra weight of like a high lift jack plus the water tank. So we've got some real long trips coming up. Like next month, we're doing Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, a big loop out west. And Kristen's going with me. I like to shower, she likes to shower, and there's a ton of other reasons, all the way down to washing our dog off if she gets muddy before she gets back in the truck. Reasons why we would want an onboard shower system. So I'm basically just going to walk through what I did here because I think it's a good idea, because it's my idea, and I think there's a bunch of other people that might be interested in doing it. So it's basically like a camper or RV setup, Overland edition DIY. So this is not a Banger product. This is not a marketing video, even though I hope it helps us sell some more Banger shit. But for now, this is just about my DIY shower stuff. So I'm just going to walk you through how I did it, where I got what, and where I installed what. Okay, so what I did was I got on Amazon, all of this stuff I got on Amazon. I basically did one big bulk order with everything I needed, all the way down to the wiring and the fittings. So this is a 30, I think it's 30 or 33 gallon RV water tank. The little lip down here, I think, is just for whatever camper this was designed and molded for. It's probably for the frame or undercarriage. So I just put a 2x4 under that side to keep the flow down here, because this is where the supply comes out of. Right now, I do just have it ratchet strapped on both tie down points because there's, I'm still sort of figuring out if there's any tweaks I want to make. So I don't want to put the bands around it yet to screw it down to the deck system. So whenever I know that's where I want it, I will go ahead and do more of a permanent tie down for it. So up here, you can see this is my pump. So it's a pump and accumulator. I actually had to Google what an accumulator was because I have no clue, but I guess it's just so it automatically has pressure as soon as you turn the pump on, and it maintains some pressure in the black tank. The orange bottom tank is the pump itself. And then there's a filter on the inbound side of that. We're going to call it inbound. So what I did was I just got, these are all called NPT fittings. This for the sizes of them. I've got a 1/2 inch tubing and fittings for the supply lines. And then I've got, I'm pretty sure 1.5 inch for the fill line. And I'll show you where those ports are at on the outside. So what I did was I ran all of the tubing underneath the general purpose side box over here, and then tucked it on the back side of the side box, and then out the corner, like the pillar of the general purpose box. Family Guy. How long was this sitting there?
What is that?
This is the file I was using to work on this truck, or on the hold. That's been there for like 3 days. Probably driven 500 miles and that thing was sitting there. Okay, so here's where I'm calling the pillar on the camper top. So the passenger side front pillar is where I put the fill port, or the supply adapter, whatever you want to call this, and then the fill cap. So these are both 3-inch hole saws, what you need for these. Actually, that's not true. So this, I used a 3-inch hole saw, but you really need like a 3 1/4, which I couldn't find. So I would probably go, if you were going to do this, go ahead and use a 3 5/8 hole saw for this particular fuel cap. Fill cap, I keep saying fuel cap. And that connection for the supply line is a specific type of adapter. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it basically just plugs in and turns just a little bit. So for the electrical, I have an aux beam switch panel inside of the truck, and that made things super easy. It makes wiring anything super easy. So the pump runs on, or came with 12 gauge, so that's what we ran all the way to the aux beam fuse panel box. And I don't have a sticker for a shower that came with the aux beam, so it just says fish tank. So I just turn on the switch and show you how it works. So the pump is quiet. I did think it was going to turn off once the pressure got to a certain point, but it just keeps running. So no big deal. You can't even hear it. So this is a perfect spot for us because I always run my shower awning up here. But this thing is automatically set to, I think it's 35 or 45 PSI. Runs pretty great. So give it a second for the air to get out of the lines, and it runs great. This is just a regular like RV garden hose type of setup. So I could probably put some more pressure in the accumulator, but for what we use this thing for, or what we're going to use this thing for, this is perfect. So that's it. It's real basic, really simple. Like I said, I just got everything on Amazon, and one order, one delivery. It took me about, I don't know, an hour and a half to rig all this up. Me and Kristen did it together. So I appreciate you guys watching, both of you. And if anybody else is watching this that doesn't subscribe, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And if anybody else sees anything about this truck or that we're working on with Banger that you want us to do a video on, please email us or me at carson@bangeroverland.com, or message me in the comment section. I'm not sure how this is going to work. So but yeah, this channel is gonna be all about our personal trips, the trucks that we're building for ourselves, so on and so forth. So again, any ideas, shoot them our way, and I'm gonna stop repeating myself and get off now. So thanks, guys.